What's up, guys? It's your boy Dali Amor.
And it's Ray Love.
And welcome back to Trends
Talk Today. On this segment, we will be reviewing a certain trending topic. We will give the facts, give our opinions, and leave you to continue the discussion. And today's trending topic is about Derrick Jaxn, and we will be reacting to his apology video. So before we get into the actual video, let's just give a little background of this story, just in case you're new. So basically, this man, Derrick Jaxn, gives relationship advice. And for years he's been doing this, and it's actually been found out that now he's been cheating on his wife. He has written many books about healthy relationships, self-love, and always evaluating other relationships. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's press play.
What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae, and we just wanted to address a couple.
You say lovely wife?
And then she gonna be on some, aw. Like,
I'm just concerned already because of the way he's holding her hand. Like, look at that. He's really gripped. Listen, you know what? I'm not even gonna, because if we keep pausing 7 seconds in and we're evaluating the whole thing already. So, you know what? Just
couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing, and some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with, but without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out, definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took. And definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying...
You know what? When you make an apology video, which a lot of people do, because you have a brand and you have to do it. It's PR. You have to do it. Like, you have to. Even if you don't mean it, you have to do it. First of all, I'm seeing a lot of red flags already and hearing a lot of red flags. The one thing that caught me off guard is that he is speaking in third person. He is the person.
Right.
So it's very easy for you to just be like, I did it. Me, right here. Not third person did it.
Right.
Secondly, now he's changing to God. Like, we talked about this off camera about this whole religion thing and how people just use it as an escape. Like, you don't go on Sunday, repent for what you did the previous week, and then Monday you literally start fresh. Yes, you start fresh spiritually, but what you did in the past is still you.
Right.
You cheated, you're still a cheater.
That happened.
Like, it's not like you get a do-over or like your brand new life begins. Some people literally think that's how it works. You just like, okay, I repent, I'm a brand new person. You're the same person.
Not to mention, one of the other red flags is, no, she is not camped up with a bonnet on right now.
She didn't want to do this video.
Like, I mean, she didn't get all done up or nothing like that.
Why
like,
should she? What she has to prove?
I mean, really nothing. But I'm just saying, like,
she's the hostage right here.
First of all, her hand is being clutched like this.
Exactly.
And then she got the bonnet on. She didn't have her contacts ready, you know, so she won't have the glasses on and stuff like that. Like, I don't know who that is right now. Like, when you see people in their Sunday's best or whatever, and then you see that right there, it's like clearly things are still going on.
Yeah.
Or clearly there's still some sort of trauma there, because it's like you're not even looking the part. Like, we have to also focus on the fact that when a person not let go, but they kind of like don't really care too much about the appearance aspect of things, they're not in the best headspace.
Honestly, I don't feel like that. I view it as he forced her to do this video.
Oh yeah.
And like, she didn't care how she looked or what. She
like, you know what, let's do it.
I'm gonna just sit here.
I know we got to save face for your image and your career, whatever the case is. Let's just get this done and over with.
Exactly. I don't see anything wrong with it. I just feel like she shouldn't even be here. Like, she should be out the house. That's my main concern.
Okay.
In this publicly, not because I'm, married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. then I have to be accountable to my wife, which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent, and think that I can't be held accountable. You know, the same way that I preach, you know, men and women in this situation need to face consequences of their actions, deserve to be held accountable. Guess what? Derrick Jaxn's no exemption.
Right, because I was feeling it. First of all, I was feeling it. You're not technically being held accountable for it because look at who's right next to you right now, and the hand that you're holding or whatever the case is. Like, you have not experienced anything in the same fashion as anybody else when it comes to what consequences they were supposed to be reaping after their actions. You are sitting here right now trying to salvage your career on whatever level you feel like you may be able to by admitting all of the obvious things. But are you suffering a consequence? I don't think so.
Nope. Because people still following you. People still want to know what's going on. People still gonna buy your books. It's drama. People love drama.
He's not exempt from that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. No
You're
friend
dang right.
me. It don't matter how I was raised and what trauma or whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions that I got to account for. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bet and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side personally in our own healing, in our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys, so we're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at with that. But did you want to say anything?
Did you want to say anything? Did you want to say anything?
That woman has plenty to say. Let me just put that out there right there. Regardless of what she's about to say, that woman has plenty to say. She wants to drag him all the way wherever she needs to drag him in order to get whatever he did out of her system, which will never happen because now she has to sit there and pretend that she's okay with the idea of now accepting him back, and we have gone through the trials and tribulations of whatever transpired within the last 12 years. Ray?
I don't... It's been 2 minutes of him literally rambling. Third person, not letting her hand go for whatever reason, and also holding accountability but not saying sorry. But you're saying like we're bringing it to you guys publicly to let you know what's going on. We know what's going on. We already know. You got caught, and that's why you're making this video.
Right.
You know what? Let's hear what you got to say, because I am very interested. I'm not going to judge anybody, because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know why she's in this relationship. So let's see how she's going to approach this. I'm not going to nitpick at every little thing, because she is the one that's hurt. He is not hurt. I don't feel any type of I'm actually sad about this situation.
I don't feel it. I don't see it.
And you make a video because I'm not saying you got to cry. You don't got to cry. But it's the way you say certain things and the confidence that you have to say certain things. Not saying that it was a scripted thing that he's saying, but it's very close to being a scripted thing that he's saying.
Agreed.
But don't forget, he's an author.
Right.
Like
way with words.
Yeah, so I do want to just add that I agree with what he just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level. And it was unacceptable.
That's right.
It's not something that I tolerate or that we tolerate moving forward.
We tolerate moving forward? No, she's not about to say that.
Not we.
Hold on. She didn't say
not
that.
We. Because if it was we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here talking about this, or we wouldn't be dealing with this situation right now talking about something we don't tolerate. No. Somebody tolerates it.
Exactly.
And they got caught, and now they have to get things back in a form to where it's like, okay, I did this, I reaped the consequences of it, and then now we're moving forward and we're moving beyond. Because after this, he doesn't want this coming up again,
Oh,
even though it will.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want this coming up again. He's trying to brush this under the rug as much as he possibly can, so he can continue on whatever path he's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, granted, that might be the case, and that might be what anyone would want to do in a situation like this. However, it's definitely not a we.
I don't think he's gonna want to sweep it up. Actually, I think he's gonna want to capitalize by making more books and getting more views and fans.
And using himself as an example.
Exactly. You know.
Disgusting.
The
'Cause I
next
didn't even
book.
think of it like
Exact. It's all a ploy. The next book is gonna be how cheating changed my life. How cheating saved my marriage. It's gonna be something stupid like that. Watch. I'm telling you.
You know what? You definitely have a point
Every
there.
time something
I was
negative.
disgusted before. Now I'm really
Exactly.
disgusted.
They're gonna capitalize on it. And his platform is writing. You think he's not gonna write a book?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You think people are not gonna buy the book?
This was complete material. Like, talk about having writer's block. This is the complete opposite of writer's block. This is like handing it out on a silver platter.
Exactly.
Okay.
And when I've been flooded again with messages and these things and about, I need to leave or why haven't I left? And the answer is, when I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so.
Okay.
And I stayed gone. No matter how many times he came, I stayed gone and stood firm on, I am not coming back. And I did not come back until I seen a shift and a change in his mentality and how he carried himself and how he presented himself and conversations that we were able to have that we had never been able to have in just 12 years of knowing each other. And we were
12 years you knew this person, but cheated. Then after 12 years of cheating, you had one conversation. That wasn't him 12 years. I didn't fall in love with that guy. I'm in love with this new guy that I just found the day after
That I just met after
that I got exposed.
Right. Yeah.
I was rooting for her.
I wasn't. I knew something dumb was gonna come out of her mouth. That's why I was like, you know what? We're gonna listen. We're gonna hear her out. We're gonna see what she got to say, or whatever the case is. And she told me some. I left immediately. I didn't even waste any type of time, or whatever the case is, with the intentions of never returning. Where you at right now? Huh? Is that not your house?
And I want to be respectful. Like I said, this is their relationship. They can do whatever they want. It doesn't affect me at all. But people look at things like this and they view it internally into whatever they're going through. So when you're just like, well, she didn't leave, so maybe people can change. Yes, people can change. Not overnight, though. You don't wake up and make a decision to say, I'm gonna stop cheating.
Right, we are not having metamorphoses around
What
here.
the heck?
Like,
if you could do that, you know how successful everybody would be?
Right.
They would wake up every day and not be lazy. They wake up every day and work harder just because they want to.
Right, and not to mention, look at his facial expressions. Like, he's looking like I cannot. Like, yes, I am definitely like I'm just trying to like channel into like what's going through his mind right now. Like, yes, I'm definitely a changed man, and I thank you, babe, for saying those kind words. Bull. I'm talking about the amount of bull that we're experiencing right now. It's just so uncanny.
Before we go, I didn't even realize the title is "Did I Cheat in My Marriage?" ? That's the title of the video. So, I'm just putting it out there.
We were able to have these dialogues said, okay, Lord, this is something that you've had your hand on. And this was with me being completely removed from his life. And
completely removed from his life? I thought they were married. I thought marriage meant you're together, not apart.
I don't know what she's talking about right now.
And him pursuing God, continuing to pursue God, and continuing to eliminate these things that led up to the catastrophe that you guys are seeing for the first time. So there's nothing out there right now that is information that I don't already know about or haven't known about. And so this is not something that is new. We have moved forward from it. We have gotten counsel for it and continue to do so. He is still continuing to pursue God and continuing to seek guidance and wise counsel from men of God. And that is what I needed for the continuation of me being present.
No. You didn't need that. You needed him to stop cheating.
Right.
What the heck is she talking about?
She don't know. And then second, why are you talking about him?
Oh,
they wanted to know what you thought about different things as far as personal. Not, oh, he's doing this and he's also doing this. And those sound like justifications to me. I want to know just solely about you right now, because you decided to make a decision on getting back with him after seeing a change. But it's kind of like, okay, now what? Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you've seen this change. Just because you see a change right now doesn't mean that change is gonna always be there like that. Because this person has tendencies. One, to cheat. Second, to lie. We're actors at the end of the day. When you want, like, when a person really wants something, they're gonna do whatever it takes for them to get that. So if I have to put up a certain facade in order to convince you that I'm a changed man, what you think I'm gonna do?
Sure.
Come on now. He's just gonna be better at what he's already doing because he got caught. So it's like, okay, where's the flaw? Like, hold on, let's type it up. Like, okay, so I made a flaw there. Now I have to make sure that I'm careful in those areas so I won't get caught out there like a bunch of suckers again.
In this marriage, and to stand by his side. So today, where I'm at is at peace, and I proudly stand by his side, and I have no hesitation, I have no hurt, no shame about that. And it's only because of the grace of God and the mercy of God. And
stop using God as an escape.
That's just for us.
What the heck?
That's for us. When people keep saying this thing about God and all that other extra stuff or whatever the case is, first of all, God was always there.
Right.
Let's just put that out there. God was always there. He ain't just come about or whatever the case is. And it's kind of like, why do you need all of this God when he's the person who did all the dirt? Like, it's crazy. If she had done something or whatever the case is, he would have made it very clear that the reason why, or one of the reasons why I reacted in the way that I did, or etc., is because this person did this,
right?
And it was in retaliation.
Right.
She clearly did not do anything, and now you're like, we this and we that, and it wasn't a we situation all this time. It was a him situation, and him having his cakes and eating it too.
Have already turned a new chapter in this story. We are continuing to move forward, and we are just now sharing that with you all. And I forgave him, and most importantly, God has first forgiven him, and I also forgive the others as well. And with that, we are free and moving forward. So that's all I have.
Hold on. Let me say this clearly. Whatever religion you believe in, do your thing. Believe. Support. Feel whatever energy you gotta feel. Be positive. Show love. Have the spirit. All of that. Do your thing. But do not use God or any belief that you have as a factor in forgiveness. Because it's not about the higher being or another being. It's about you. How do you feel? Just because somebody says, hey, I believe in God, you don't just forgive them.
Right.
What the heck?
You believed in God before this happened.
Exactly. Don't use that. Don't do that. Hey, I cheated, but I believe in God now, so I'm changing. Even though
I felt like you believed in God before, it's just now it's more significant for you to believe
and voice it right.
Because of the circumstances that transpired. Yeah, it's a bunch of bull. A bunch of bull.
I believe this is all scripted.
And then, not to mention, she keep looking at her hand because I know he's squeezing it real tight right now. And every time she says something, she already swallow talk. She was like, yeah, because she glanced down at her hand because y'all don't have to hold hands like that. Y'all really
She's not holding hands. She's not. You can tell by the body language. He is more tilted, and both of his hands on one of her hands.
Right.
She don't want to be there.
Right. People have to pay very close attention to non-verbal cues.
Exactly.
Now, it's a lot that's being said right now that's not being said verbally. And it's like, she just wants to get through it.
Yes.
He gave her the floor, so it won't seem like he's the one that's doing all the talking.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why she even got an opportunity to speak.
Exactly.
But if it was up to him, he would just explain everything he needs to explain, and so he can move on with his next book.
Right.
Or this next whatever documentary that he wants to put out there. Because, you know, people, they capitalize as much as they possibly can when they feel like, you know what, this is real juicy right now. This is real hot right now on the market.
Right.
Let's get this out here while it's still trending or whatever the case is. That's why Trends Talk Today is covering this. You know? Like, I get you. I got you.
And I get it. Some of y'all, like, this may come as a huge shock, probably a huge disappointment. I let a lot of you down. You know, if you had a perspective shift on who Derrick is, hopefully it's away from anything remotely close to perfection, and it's simply that, you know, I am a human, and that does not justify anything that I did.
Then why say it?
I don't want anybody out there to be putting me on a pedestal. If you did, then I hate that you did that. Maybe I gave you cause for that, and I apologize if I did.
Not assuming we put you on a pedestal. Like,
wait a minute. You hate that they put you on a pedestal because you talk about healthy relationships, self-love attributed to a successful relationship.
Right. So
why would we not hold you to a higher standard? That don't make sense.
Right. That's like, since you want to talk about religion and stuff like that, that's like your pastor or your minister, you know, preaching all these years about how you're supposed to be faithful to the Most High or whoever.
Exactly.
And then it's like, now they, you know, get caught worshiping the devil or something.
Right.
You damn right I put you on a pedestal.
Exactly.
You're a person who basically puts yourself in a position to be a leader to other people that look up to you, obviously.
And also, because people follow you, literally follow you, buy your books and support you, they're believing in you. And now let's say they had a bad relationship to begin with, they look towards you to get help, and you really mess with them because they were troubled, they looked for you for guidance, you strayed, and now just like, wait a minute, but he strayed.
I'm suing because I'm suing because I didn't purchase all this stuff.
Right.
I had put a lot of the decisions that I've made has been based upon different things that I've been told.
Right.
I'm suing. I'm definitely suing, and I'm probably gonna win. Why? Because it's called false advertisement.
That's true.
As a person, you used yourself as the guide to, you know, basically conduct other people's lives. Like, what you say and what you do basically has a complete influence on people's lives that basically take heed to things that you say. How dare you make it seem like, well, you know what, I don't want you guys to put me on a pedestal, and I don't want to be held accountable for, you know, this and that, because that's what you're saying in translation. I don't want to be held accountable for any of my actions, because at the end of the day, I'm human and nobody is perfect, and da-da-da-da. Ray?
Did. For those who are saying, Derrick, I don't want to ever listen to you again, it's totally understandable. I appreciate you while I had your support and helped me get the message out about healing and healthy relationships to so many people who needed it, myself included. And for those who are going to continue to support, man,
you weren't listening to your own advice, though.
At all. Not even somewhat.
Appreciate you like never before, because I know it's not going to be easy going forward, it's at least for a little while so many things are still fresh and attached to my name. But for everybody out there, if you get nothing else from what I've ever said over the last 9 years or right here in this video, please get this. Nothing is right until it is right with God. Nothing works until it comes into alignment with biblical standard of how God told us to do things, especially when we're talking about a marital, spiritual covenant.
Okay.
You cannot do
this. Because it's like, how could you say that when you have people out there who are literally atheists? So nothing comes to fruition unless God is attached to it, is what you're saying. You know, now, regardless of if you're associated with a religion or a belief or spiritual or whatever the case is, whatever that is specifically contoured to you if you are a person who actually believes in that. But you have so many different walks of life to where you absolutely cannot make a statement like that and actually make it seem like that makes some sense in some type of a way. No, that only applies to specific groups. That does not apply to everyone.
It's by your own understanding, your own intelligence, your own willpower, your own values. You have to have the grace of God.
All right, guys. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank goodness. I was waiting for it to end. What are your final thoughts?
I have never seen so much crap placed into one segment in my life. You're trying to give things the benefit of the doubt because it's kind of like, you know what? Let me hear what's going on. Let me see what's going on or whatever the case is so that I can determine like how I actually feel about it. And going into it, I already knew it was going to be a bunch of crap because when you're talking about a public figure, there's so much at stake. They have to do whatever it is that they possibly can do to salvage because that's all that is. That's you just salvaging whatever career that you've created for yourself or whatever the case is, or that people have helped you create or whatever the case is. They now suffer when it comes to their paycheck because you want to be out there doing all kind of craziness. At the end of the day, it's like, was that really worth it? You were thinking about yourself, and you still are, because at the end of the day, now you're putting out this video so that you can justify things, and then you're squeezing your wife's hand or whatever the case is so that, you know, she won't say nothing crazy during the video or whatever the case is as far as how she really feels. Because come on, let's be completely transparent about the situation. This is a black woman, and at the end of the day, they go through a lot, probably the most, and you go and do this or whatever the case is, and then now you're like putting her on the forefront, not even done up, by the way, and then she now has to, you know, uphold your lie so it can seem like, you know, everything is all good, peaches and cream or whatever the case is now because we done found God again or whatever the case is. Although he was already there, we done found God and we're including God now and stuff like that. Come on.
First of all, let me read you the description box of this video. So remember I said the title is "Did I Cheat on My Marriage?" ? And then the description box has only one sentence. How did we come back from this? Read the story in my book, Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. Get it here. That's it. He is not sorry. The thing is, everyone in life, you know, when you apologize or whatever you say, everybody is going to be different. So whatever we hold to a standard of apology and this is the way you should apologize, it doesn't have to be that way. You can do your own thing and you are your own person. But there's some general rules that I would say counts for a real apology. In the 7 minutes of this video that we had to brutally watch, he did not once apologize.
Not one time.
He did not once use himself in first person. And he's blaming his relationship with God as to the reason why he cheated. And now that is going to help us get back on track.
Because we ain't had God before. So, you know, now that we have him.
Believe what you want to believe. Also, your relationship is your relationship. We don't know her life. We don't know whatever she has going on. We don't know if this is her man that she is relying on for everything. And maybe that's the real reason she has to stay. We don't know. We can assume. We can assume we will. We did. But at the end of the day, this is why people who are in relationships for a long period of time stay, and then when something dramatic happens, they say, oh, I didn't even expect that. Yes, you did. The red flags are always there, people. The red flags are always there. So what you got to do, reel it back in. You accept the person for whatever flaw they have, and you want to be with them. Don't fight it. Don't accuse them. Don't be all loud. Don't be crying. You like that relationship. That's why you're there. For her, I feel like she definitely needs a little bit more help in terms of dealing with her own feelings about this relationship. For him, he is a great wordsmith and manipulator because the way he is twisting this God relationship thing around and making her believe it, oh, it's disgusting.
Right, and what's also disgusting is, you know how much sweat is accumulating between them two hands of them? Like, at the end of the day, it's like, you ain't gotta hold my hand this much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point in time, we could have just let our hands go, get some circulation going on up in there. You know, be realistic. But no, it was all controlled. All of it.
At the end of it all, it's a very horrible video, I think. And like I said, I don't care about tears. I don't care about being overly dramatic and your voice has to break or whatever. I just think like the general rule is, hey, I'm sorry. This is what I did. I, like me, not third person. And that's it. And we're gonna work on this with therapy, with Bible study, whatever you gotta do to work on it. But don't put those things as excuses as to why you did something. That doesn't make sense to me. But everyone has their own reason. Everyone has their own relationship, and everyone has to be whatever they're in and deal with whatever they got going on in the household. I'm done with this story.
Done.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.